Todd Grimshaw, Gareth Pierce, has a lot on his plate at the moment. In the middle of a dark and complicated relationship with Theo Cartwright, James Cartwright, Todd's stress levels are about to increase even more when he reveals to a friend that he's being tested for bowel cancer. It was confirmed in August that the ITV soap would air a storyline that sees Theo abuse Todd. So far, Todd has tried to excuse the glimpses he's seen of this behavior. After all, Theo is in an incredibly difficult position, having just come out as gay after a lifetime of trying to reject his sexuality. He's been damaged by conversion therapy and in his present situation is also struggling to deal with the fallout of the breakup of his marriage and the reactions of his children. Theo's abuse, for quite a while, was shown through manipulation. However, in September, things took a truly horrible turn as Theo began to fizzy #Cowley hurt Todd. While verbally berating and humiliating Todd, he attempted to force-feed him a kebab in a disturbing scene before leaving. There's been a lot of appeasing and making allowances for Theo's increasingly controlling behavior because of what's gone on in the past for Theo, Gareth Pierce explained. The fact that he is now going through a divorce, a custody battle to see his kids, means that he's been able to convince Todd that the stakes are a little higher for him, which means that Todd is feeling he need to be a little more patient than he might otherwise be. But I teach ink it's starting to get to a place where Todd is at least internally wondering whether he is making a few compromises too many. One thing Theo has trouble dealing with is Todd's friendship with Billy. The two characters were previously together, but are now great friends. Theo's jealousy towards Billy is highlighted again in upcoming episodes, but before that, he continues to create trouble for Todd by failing to contact him after disappearing from the flat. George Shuttleworth, Tony Maudsley, reckons that Todd is better off with him, but any hope of that happening is quickly destroyed when Theo wanders by Victoria Garden. After spying Asha Alahan, Tani Shagori, on a bench, Theo helps her by calling for an ambulance. Asha is rushed to hospital, and the commotion allows Todd to realize his boyfriend has returned. Todd heads to Victoria Garden and rails a #Theo for his disappearing act. He stomps off, with clearly no intention of speaking to Todd. In the week, Todd lies to Theo and makes out that he can't attend Noah's funeral because of work. In reality, he has an important appointment. He reveals to Billy that he's heading to the hospital for a test to see if he has bowel cancer, but hasn't told Theo. Billy offers to go with him and Todd is grateful. Afterwards, Todd thanks Billy for the support by buying him a drink in the pub. Unfortunately, Theo enters not long after, and is annoyed to see Todd and Billy together. To make matters worse, Todd announces that he's going for dinner with George and Chris Tina, Amy Robbins. If Todd receives bad news from the hospital, what will that mean for him and Theo? Coronation Street is working with the charities Stonewall and D. Gallup in developing this storyline, and Gareth told us that they will continue to provide insights into Todd and Theo's situation as it goes forward and becomes even more disturbing. They will also be supporting us fully in not just the physical abuse but the entire coercive control aspect of the relationship, #aid. There's going to be areas like body image, financial control, and they'll be supporting us in the ways that might differ within a same-sex relationship. One of the big things that's been flagged is the way that it can be very difficult to convince the authorities that this is the dynamic that is actually happening. There are also the social pressures that might make two men feel that you're a bloke, you should be able to sort it out yourself. Those quite narrow and archaic views of masculinity still sometimes pop up around a relationship dynamic like this.